Hello. Hi. That went well. All right. Sorry, it wasn't. This is going to be difficult today. So I done a 5-hour stream last night. Look, I'm not being a martyr. I'm tomato. Oi, tomato. I'm not being a martyr. I chose to do it, but I apologise that this is going out to the people who got here early. But let me vent. Give me 50 seconds. You know, look at the amount of different volumes I've got to deal with. The volume from the call, the volume from the call microphone, my headphones, the internet, everyone's individual volumes, my master volume, and usually, and I have to say, it was no scrubs. It was people who'd appeared out of nowhere. You're too loud. It's too quiet. It's too loud. You're too quiet. It's going to be like that on the internet sometimes because weirdly, there's not a master control volume for the whole internet. I know that would be nice. It would be nice if we could set up a stream. Now, hang on a minute. I am distinguishing this from people who said, you're a lot louder than the video, because that I could do something about. I turned my mic around, faced it over there, and dropped I started talking like this rather than like this. This is the volume that I usually talk at, but I started doing this. But trying to do that for 5 hours, and I know I got a couple of emails from people saying, look, this isn't a criticism. When an email starts, this isn't a criticism, you guessed it, you're going to get a criticism. Saying, but you dipped out just before the defence. It was about 4 o'clock in the morning. I'd been working since 10:30 in the morning, and I was like, I can't offer anything here. I can't offer anything. I'm dead on my feet. Now, having said that, as I said to you at the time, I've said to you before, it's absolutely pissing down here, by the way. I know I have said that to you before, but that's not the thing I've said to you before that I want to talk about. And that just started. As soon as I went live, it started raining. I thought, oh, just great. I do have quite the before going to sleep ritual. You know, not I don't go home. I just mean cleaning my teeth, washing my face, moisturising, dipping the glands in a bowl of salt water. So I did have the defence on for about another 40 minutes, and I did hear it. We won't talk about Rittenhouse a lot in this stream. I think now it's just wait and see, isn't it? If there is a live, if they go live later to give out the verdicts, I'll probably stream it. I've got a shit lot of work to do today, but I think I can get it done before 4 o'clock UK time. What's the time now? I'm going to work this out. It's 8. Yeah, I reckon I can get my day's work done before the verdicts. If they go out today, I mean, they might take a few days. Ideally, you want it to go today. You want them to have made up their mind, bosh. If it goes days, there's people in there going, although having said that, that can work both ways. So look, it's such conjecture and speculation from here. We might as well, you know, it's just saying you're just driving yourself mad. So I've got a couple of memes about the situation we'll have a look at, but I don't think we're going to, I can't stream for 2 hours today just because of time restraints and energy restraints. I mean, I crawled into bed about 6 o'clock this morning and you know, I'm no spring chicken, although it done me. So I've got a good show lined up. I've got a load of clips. I've got a few memes. It's a pleasure to be here, as it always is. There's 60 people here already, which is lovely. We've got a bit of Salty Cracker to watch. We've got a Toxic Masculinity section, a very good one today. yeah, so it should be a good show. Thank you, Anglo-Saxon. Lovely to see you. You've just reminded me what I've got for lunch. Dinner it'll be now today. Thank you very much. Good to see you. Good to see you. Nice one, Mr. Saxon. Thanks for that donation. Well, so did I, Willow. I just had it on while I was cleaning my teeth. And if you want to know how I keep this baby smooth, wrinkle-free, which ain't bad. Look, that's a close-up. Look, 50 years old, a life of smack and crack and God knows what else. Extra virgin olive oil and at least 2 of those a day, usually 3. So that's my skincare routine. I drink at least 2. So that's 1.5 litres. So at least 3 litres of water a day. Good quality water as well. Don't just go buying niche. That isn't the water that's in it. It's actually that, and it's good water. But you don't need mineral water. You don't need to pay out for that. That's a load of old bullshit. Yeah, and all extra virgin olive oil. But here's the trick: is on this beauty and health care stream. Here's the trick when using extra virgin olive oil as a moisturizer. What it's good at is sealing water into your skin. So wash your face, no soap. Now, if you've got acne, blackheads, or any other skin condition, ignore everything I'm about to say. You need to talk to a dermatologist. They'll sort it out. But if you've got oily skin, I wouldn't do this actually. But if you've got skin like mine, which is just down the middle of the road, if anything, if I leave it, if I go camping or something, it was the last time I went camping. If I'm sleeping in a tent for a few days, it's probably a bit dry, if anything. Anyway, wash your face with water, pad it with a towel, but leave it damp. Don't rough it dry, leave it damp. Then I have a bowl that I cover with silver foil in my bathroom, and the bowl is of the extra virgin olive oil. And then I dip my fingers in it, and then I apply that, and then I rub it in, and it mixes with the water, but of course it doesn't mix with the water because there's no emulsifier. And in about 10 minutes, it's all gone. Don't overdo it though, or it ain't all gone, and you'll wake up with a yellow pillow. Sounds sensual. Maybe if you do it really hard, you'll wake up with a blue pillow. Blue pillow. Anyway, where were we? Thank you, Anglo. I'll get the old grift sorted out now and we'll get on to this. But I've got some cracking clips. And I want to say a massive thanks because we had a couple of 100 people in here yesterday. And how amazing for the glorious House of Scrubs to have a request to put the chat on slow-mo. I felt like a real YouTuber. Can you put the chat on slow-mo? I was like, whoa. Yes, I can. Although I couldn't. I didn't have done it. I don't know how to. So I'll have a look around the internet. And then Rags, bless him, ruined it all and said to me, you don't need to put it on slow-mo, mate. It's not going that fast. I was like, okay. Are you here, Rags? Rags is having a bit of an hard time at the moment. I'm not going to emotionally dox him, but bless you, Rags. You're a lovely bloke. And you've been very kind to me over the years. So I hope you're doing all right, mate. Jack London. How's your father? He's all right. Hello, Danger, mate. I like talking to Jack. Me and Jack exchange. I don't know him from Adam. Well, I don't know him from Jack. But he has a very similar accent to me. And living out here, and the only other person I know who's got the same accent as me out here is, weirdly, my missus. Get the oil. Oil? What's that? Oil. Oh, yeah, oil. So it's nice to talk to Jack. I'm not getting his accent from here. I meant on Telegram voice messages. Anyway, hello, Danger, mate. Here's an Ayrton Senna for your back bin. There you go. What did I tell you? Kudos for the huge effort you've been putting in lately and going back and forth with me analysing the Rittenhouse trial. Hoit Scrubs. Nice one, Jack. I appreciate that. Much really appreciated. And it's been nice talking to you. And I used a couple of the links you sent me today because My head's like a marshmallow. Marshmallow. It's just a big... The Adventures of Old Malt. Didn't expect a skin tutorial. Well, that's, you know, dare I say that's the beauty. It's good to look at your appearance. It's good to present yourself as best you can. It helps you get jobs and things. You know, it helps people become attracted to you. Not sexually, just socially. You know, you turn up looking like shit, people think, oh dear. Because they're right to, because we exist within hierarchies. Now, I'm not saying fucking get a little bit of blusher, but you know, just try and look after yourself, because people appreciate that, and then you'll get more out of life. That's a fair point, isn't it? I know, Old Malt, I know you're not digging me out, by the way. What? How dare you criticise? Fuck off, Old Malt. I know it was like just a off-the-cuff comment, but it did allow me to say a little bit about just look after yourself a little bit, because it's nice. It's nice. I remember one of these stories. I remember going to rehab once, and I was in the bathroom, and some bird just walked in, and she was desperate for anyone to fuck her at any time of day. She had real problems, and I hasten to add, I didn't fuck her until the day we left rehab. And she sort of come in the bathroom in her underwear. I was still withdrawing. I was thinking, darling, the movement of my glands on my pants as I turn round will probably make me come, so there's no action to be had here. And I was flossing my teeth, and she went, fuck me. She went, for a junkie, you and half look after yourself like some kind of royalty. Oh, flossing my teeth. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's like royalty, that is. But it really hurt me, actually, because I thought, wow, what a level of lack of self-respect to think that getting lumps of meat out from between your teeth is like royalty. That's the sort of thing Lady Di would have done, I guess. If she was hot, I would have fucked her. I was leaving a bit out of that story to make me look honourable. She had terrible problems. She was always trying to get fucked by everyone and anyone, but I didn't do it because she wasn't attractive. If she'd have walked in and down, oh, flossing your teeth. It's a bit like aristocracy. I'd have gone, let me show you the king. Anyway, nice one, Jackie boy. Yeah. Let me get this Google. Let me get this, what's it called? Entropatron. Entratron. This ain't working, is it? Entron P. There you go. I'll open entropy. Entre. I think I'll stick with the French. Entre. So while I'm just fiddling around with this, fiddling about, let's just remember your browser is blocking Entropy's live updates. Well, okay. Sorry. Maybe that's why it's not functioning at 100%. It's all right. Annoying yesterday, though. Loads of people going, I can't make a donation. Thanks, YouTube. But last little bit on the Rittenhouse thing. For those of you who didn't watch it last night or who's not interested or not following it, there is one bit of interest. As soon as it started going bad, when the prosecution was doing their summing up, right? And it was like, hang on a minute, you're changing your story. And that's essentially what's happened. And that's essentially the strongest point of the defense was the prosecution has changed their story from what they said at the beginning to fit evidence that has come out against them. And as soon as that started happening and everyone watching YouTube was like, oh, YouTube started closing down live streams. And apparently there was they closed down loads of massive channels like Rieka, or whatever it's called. They had like 60,000 people watching theirs. YouTube just done it. Policy violations. I think we were under the radar, you know. Or they just, you know, they could easily type it. They could have easily typed in Rittenhouse Live and found my channel. But I think they probably leave niches like me alone, because if they'd done them all, it would be obvious. But because it's 200 people, they probably thought, well, that's hardly gonna cause a Republican president. So yeah, it was very weird though. I mean, again, the transparency of evil, just shutting it down. Shut it down. The prosecution's starting to look a bit shaky here. Hello, Loki. Great stream yesterday to you and the mods. Nice one, Loki. That's appreciated. Hello, Ian. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're all right. Hello, Colt. 42's on the firm. Yeah. That's brilliant. Again, I know it's not a dig at me, but I have continually prefaced everything with, I'm no legal expert, although I've spent quite a lot of time in court, but I'm no. Yeah, it's amazing. That's amazing. And it's the bravado with which I've had this morning from people who aren't on the right, but aren't on the left, but they dislike the right. That's the weird thing about normies, neutrals. No, I'm not left wing or right wing, but you don't like the right. If you had to choose, you'd go left. You know the types I'm talking about. You know, they'd pick up the Guardian rather than watch Mark Dice. You know, these are the people we're talking about, and they're just sort of like, well, you know, thing is, Rittenhouse, what he done was wrong, wasn't it? Don't matter. You can't just go out killing people just because they're jumping on you. Who's to say they're going to kill you? And I'm like, well, hang on. But the media have been a sensational doubling down. I'm sure most of you have seen the clip now, but there's one geezer, and it's a clip from a couple of weeks ago. Carl Rittenhouse crossed state lines. This is nothing. This is nothing. This cross state lines with a gun thing is nothing. That was just invented out of lack of anything else to talk about. This geezer said that he let off 60 rounds, 2 mags, 60. Can you imagine saying that on the news, being on the news and going, yeah, he let off 60 rounds. Just make it up, mate. Mate, if you don't know, just make it up. Just lie. Just let your hatred for that young boy manifest itself in your utter contempt for him. So yeah, 60. And grenades, BPG, RPG, Warhammer 40k. Absolutely mad. Oh, exactly, Aramas. I've never struggled in that department. It'll be the olive oil. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Thank you, old malt. See, you follow what I just told you. Get that water down your neck. Get that olive oil on your boat race. Next week, it'll be the adventures of Mort. Hello, Carlson. How are you this morning? Flosser. Meganesia is going to listen to this stream while snoozing. Apparently, you can't take a proper poo without sleep. My last abulation was left behind in Afghanistan. Needs rescuing. Good morning, Meganesia. Maybe I'll sing thee to sleep. Sing thee to sleep. I'm tired and I want to go to bed. Don't try to wake me in the morning, 'cause I will be gone. Don't feel bad for me. A little bit of Morrissey there. So a little bit of pitch shifting. Let's hope and pray, though, that he walks. Imagine the salt. It'll be like a salt mine in America. The whole of the USA will just be one great salt mine. I so hope he does. Legal hobbyist, exactly. But only for a week. Next week, they'll never show any interest in anything else at all. Hello, Patrick. Yeah. That's a good way of describing them. Closet lefties. Yeah. No, I'm not left or right wing. Would you ever say something pro-conservative though? Hello, Jays, keeping the place alive over there. I do love it that you're over there. I reckon have you made it all nice? Have you got it all kitted out nicely for yourself? Nice armchair, pair of slippers. Good to see you, mate. Nice one, Ian, for the laptop. Nice one, Ian. I am going to get a new one. Clearly, I need one. Oh, and listen to this, Ian. Well, everyone. You know, yesterday it was a bit of a mess and all sorts of technical difficulties. When I closed down the stream, when I said I've got to go to bed and all that, so I've closed down the YouTube channel, closed down StreamYard, closed down Entropy. Then I realised that I still had because I had to make a video for work, I still had my editing software, which is a massive drain on my computer's processing power. I still had that open, and Audacity, and about 20 other tabs that I'd forgotten about. So it was surprising that we got to see anything. And I was like, oh, God. Oh, and OBS. Just all the real big drainers were left open. So that wasn't great. Nice one, Ian. Appreciated. I'm just waiting for Black Friday, really. And I think it's crazy. I've got 3 mice, 2 keyboards. Not because that's good, because I need them, because one keyboard does some things, the other one does other things. Same with the mice. It's great for everything, for writing, working, video making, streaming. That's what you want, a real fucking mess. Hello, King Corona. Good to see you, mate. Borders don't exist to lefties. Yeah. Suddenly, it's all about crossing borders. Oh, okay. It's relevant now, is it? Maybe go and have a look down south. Right, let me get the grift out of the way. Hello, people. Hi. Boom. Channel. Streams. All right, if you're new here, unlikely. Hello, Alan. Good to see you. Is Tech Roach here? Is he here? Where the hell is he? Hello, Lumi. Have you recovered yet? Is Tech Roach actually here? Alan! Carl says I heard he arrived in a tank. Well, apparently I can't see Tech Roach, which is a shame. Be nice if he was here. Mad Lizzie! That skateboarding, yeah. Did you see? And I know I said we'll stop talking about it, but it's kind of on everyone's lips and minds. When the prosecutor said he knocked one, then someone knocked his hat off. Oh, the bloke who hit him round the head with a rock. he knocked his hat off. Getcha. Go on, I'll give you a clip round the ear. You see the geezer with a rock in his hand go. Proper sucker punch from behind as well. One man knocked his hat off. Fuck you, Binger. You dirty bastard. Thank you, Mad Lizzie. Grego says, a closet lefty, quite the unicorn. I've never known him to shut up. See, virtues. I've dropped that in. Virtue signaling. No, we're talking about the people who say they're neutral. They're neutral, but they're not. They don't know they're not, but they would never be anything pro-right. That's what we're talking about. Deep breath. Chrissy. Yeah. Nice one, Chrissy. Hope you're well. Is Alan Bastard MP? I'm a bit worried. He hasn't been back since I missed his entropy. Carlson, hoit to that. A lady Godiva. All right, we'll move on to that. MSN reporting the Liverpool issue as man who was killed in armed attack named. Man who was killed in attack. You mean the terrorist committing the it? Well, we're going to have a little look at that. I've got a little bit of footage. But it would seem to me like the cab driver was a hero, and he thought, I'm probably going to get hurt here. And so he drove the motor to an hospital rather than the cathedral or church, I think. Someone might be able to fill me in on this. I've been a bit busy trying to sleep and work and write, have a girlfriend, eat, clean the house, stream. It's good to get a lot out of life, but I have overdone it. I just need to. Didn't do my inventory last night. I'll do it tonight, and I'll say to myself, have a rest, son. Have a few hours off here and there. Nice one, Carlson, but an absolute hero, the cab driver, and he survived, thankfully. But I mean, you'll see the clip I've got, and I think most of you all know what I'm going to show you, but it's jaw-dropping stuff. Okay, Ian, not a problem. He emailed me back and said he was all right, and he apologised, and said he's a bit embarrassed about coming back to the chat. And I said, really? What, here? I'll email him later and see how he is. I'll do that. Thank you, Carlson, for that donation. Little bullet for the Lappers Toppers. Oh, happy, and I will get it. I will get it. I mean, look, I'll be honest with you. I could buy a laptop from the business, but I need this one because it's lasted. I'm crap with things like this. I drop them, smash them, bake them, fry them, make them bird's eye potato waffles, so waffly versatile. And I can't expect the business to cough out for that much. And there's a 700, 800 quid import duty. So it all piles up. But it's a false economy for me to buy a little laptop because I'll just break it. I've done it. I told you I've got a pile of them out there, old laptops that I just break in 6 months. One of them lasted 4 months, just knocked it off a table and it just went gang. I took it to the shop and he went, nah, it's finished. You need a new this, that. And I went, oh, okay, can I order those parts? He went, the parts and the labour putting them together. He went, you might as well buy a new laptop. And then he went, it's not a very good one anyway. I was like, yeah, okay. But nice one, Bullet. Appreciatato. What, Carl? Fucking hell. Jesus. What's going on? I mean, shocked me there. I thought it would have been an angry Englishman. Well, I don't know what to say about this country, that country, my country. Yes, I think so, Patrick. I really think so. Yeah, vape dying on me again. Always good. Hello, Aidan. BBC reporting him as being a Christian convert. Oh, I can't imagine why I'd have done that. I mean, tactics. Right. Hello, Boris. How are you, son? I expect the morons who brought him into the church to take it at face value too. There you go. Sorry, people. Give me a couple of seconds to sort out whatever is going wrong with this fucking vape. I think I know, to be honest with you. Am I going to dare to am I going to actually dare? Yeah, I think I am. Talk amongst yourselves. You'll get a better stream if I can tug frequently on my vape like some desperate old addict. I'm going to put a couple of new what do you call them? I don't even know what they're called. Wicks. I'm going to put a couple of new John Wicks in. Shouldn't take more than a minute. Don't time it because it's bound to take 5. Yep, that was the problem, as I thought. Bird's eye potato waffles, waffly versatile. Well, I'll tell you what, while I'm wicking this, maybe we'll start proceedings. Let's start today's proceedings. I haven't even done the grift yet. I'll get onto the grift in a minute. I mean, come on. Everyone here's a scrub anyway. Oh, I don't know though. Debauched Prism. Get a proper PC then. It's big. I had a proper PC. I left it in England. It's a good point though, but I'm a laptop man. Here's why I haven't got a proper PC, because when I go somewhere, sometimes I don't want to sit in my house all day. I want to go to a restaurant and have lunch and a couple of cups of mint green tea. And if I can take my laptop, I can work at a restaurant. Lovely. If I go to the provinces, like I am for my girlfriend's birthday in a couple of weeks, I can take my laptop and work. If I don't, I can't stay there for 3 days because there's things that need doing. So that's why I can't get a proper PC. Ideally, obviously both, but you know, not having the coinage for the laptop, I certainly haven't got the coinage for both. I did leave a $5,000 bespoke PC in England though, just because I had no idea how to get it out here. Even though the bloke I gave it to said, just send it out there. But it all felt like too much grief. And it was nice to give him a very nice PC. It had a glass window on the box and loads of multicolored lights inside the box. It's the best setup I ever had. Here, I have this. I'm moving to shores far away. Right, sorry, people. So we're going to start today's show with toxic masculinity section, and it's from Street Beefs. It's quite the fight. It's quite the fight. So let's bring this back over here. Make that nice and big. So, ladies and gentlemen, here is actually, let me get the grift out of the way. All right, there, you can become a member of this channel. That's the top link in the description. There's 3 strata. The bottom one's only £1. Then it's like £4, then like £7. If you join the top one, you can watch all the private streams. Second one, the bottom 2. First one, just that one. That's a nice way to supporting the channel. Subscribe star's also down there. Super chat is the $ at the bottom of the chat over there. That's nice as well. But the best one, because you don't give YouTube, Google, Alphabet, or any of that lot any money, is Entropy. And I'm about to pin the Entropy link pinner into the top of the chat. Watch this magic. Bring. So the Entropy link should be there. I don't expect to get rich out of this stream, but I do like a few donations because I stream twice a day. I put a lot of effort, time, passion, and love. And love. And if you just take, for instance, the last 2 days, that's 13 hours streaming in the last 2 days. Now, again, no martyr. I love it. I absolutely love it. But, yeah, that's why I do like a few donations. And as I always say, you're very generous people, and the donations balance out nicely, actually, over the month. So no complaints here. But they are how you can support this channel. Let's watch today's toxic masculinity. It's a street beef fight. It's about 4 minutes long, but it allowed me to do this without you having to look at the top of my head. Oh, good call, Grego. You spent your early years stuck in front of the telly with Marmite on toast and a glass of orange squash as well, did you? Right, let me just get down to the bottom of the chat. Hello, Planet X Hunter. Nice to see you. Hello, Clark. Hello, Jeff. Hello, John. Lovely, lovely. Hello, Woodlander. You were being accused of being a faux account yesterday. You, of all people. And you were saying just the sorts of things you usually say, just nice, friendly Woodlander stuff. Woodlander's a fake. I was like, no, he's not. If he is, he's the worst troll ever. He's doing a great impression of the Woodlander. Hello, Eldritch. Who else? Who else? Hello, Metamax. Nice to see you. Oh, you're that. Jays, get shot on Metamax, can you? Doesn't look like a friendly chap to me. Want to become famous? To be honest with you, I had a taste of it about 8 years ago, and it was shocking. So no, I do not. I'd like things to carry on exactly how they are. Cheers, Jared. Nice box. I don't know anything else about them. Hello, Colt Python. Right, I think we're... Hello, Cat Squatch Returns. I can't believe you're back. Right. Hang on, I've just... God, hello, Pizzle. The lovely Jessica was so kind to do an entropy donation yesterday to ask me to say hello to you on the off chance you were tuning in on your drive home. Now, I don't know if you heard that, because I don't know whether you were tuning in on your drive home, but I thought it was very sweet. She said, I don't know if they'll hear this, but could you do a shout out to our Pizzle, who might be listening on his drive home. That was lovely, absolutely lovely. Yeah, it's an unpleasant thing, isn't it? Yeah, it was lovely, man. It was lovely. Leon's not here. And John B wants to live forever. Who wants to live forever? Oh, the trauma of watching Highlander as a young boy and thinking, oh no, I've just realised what's happening. He's going to see his Bonnie Heather get old. And I just thought, fuck that. How hideous that you're going to have to see someone you love, your Bonnie Heather, get old. And here I am with my 12-year-old girlfriend who's going to watch me get old. One day she's going to go to me, oh, you Bonnie Heather. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll teach her how to say Bonnie Heather. And next time she's here, I'll get her to look at me and go, oh, my Bonnie Heather. But that was so sad. One in the chat, because I'm guessing you'd have probably been about my age when you saw it. One in the chat if that hurt you a little bit as a kid, when you thought you were going to watch some sword brandishing, time traveling supernatural immortals, and suddenly it was The Perfect Life with this Bonnie Heather, and suddenly she was getting old and he wasn't. Garlic Gorilla and Grumpy Old Bastard and the Palmer, look, they're all on it. It was horrible, wasn't it? Jared knew it. Colt Python knew it. Yes, which is helpful for me because my impression is also not very good. Loki was there. Eldritch Jeff. Fucking horrible scene, though. Horrible. I just thought, I was too young for that. Don't start giving me that kind of existential bullshit. Just get the fucking swords out. There can be only one. What, one Bonnie Heather? Good Lord. They dropped that in a bit painfully, didn't they? And I started to realise then. And I didn't want to realise this at that age. I started to realise that life's a bitch. And then every time after that, people would say at school, imagine if you lived forever. It'd be amazing, wouldn't it? And I'd be like, oh, man, think how many Bonnie Heathers you'd have to see die if you lived forever. Everyone you fall in love with. Yeah, I'd like to stay with you, but I can't. You'll be the 30th woman I've watched get old and die of hepatitis or septicemia, cancer. I just can't do it, love. I'll have a fuck, but I'm moving. Yeah, I'm a wanderer. I roam around. Also, people, while we're on the subject, I'd like to. Who remembers the period at school when everyone was like, "Oh, have you seen The Wanderers?" Remember that? The Wanderers. Be aware of the distinction I'm making from The Warriors. And of course, you get it out your local video shop. Done it. Proper sly wicking there. Sly wicker. You'd get The Wanderers out of your local video shop that you'd usually, because you and your mates had like 35p each, you could only get one video out a week. So you'd be in the shop for about an hour going, oh, should we get this one? No, look at this one. Look at this one. No, get the zombie film. No, this one looks well sexy. Do you reckon they'll let us get it out? You'd be in the video shop for a good 4 or 5 hours before you finally selected The Wanderers. Sorry, people, I just became a little bit over affected by gravity for a split second, but I've managed to sort myself out and I'm back. And then you'd get home and you'd watch The Wanderers, and apart from the bit at the beginning where the cool bloke with the match in his mouth goes, "Leave the kid alone." And you're like, whoa, I want to be him. I want to be him. I want a pair of Levi's. I want a white T-shirt. I want to get some gel in the hair. I want to put a match in my mouth and go, "Leave the kid alone." But from then on, it was just jokes. It was just jokes, big bald head, cracking movie, but jokes, right? And you're like, The Wanderers, yeah. And then a kid at school will go, "Have you seen The Warriors?" And you'll think, "Oh, no, I haven't." And they go, "Yeah, it's about gangs." You go, "Yeah, I've seen The Wanderers." And they'll go, "Yeah, it's a little bit like that." And then at 9 years old, "Yeah, The Warriors." You're all sitting at home, put it in. Oh, one of the best movies ever made. And I mean that. I absolutely adore The Warriors, but it's a bit of a jump from The Wanderers, isn't it? And they did come as a pair. Everyone at my school watched The Wanderers and was thinking, "Hey, America, 40s, 50s America. Woo, milkshakes and baseball jackets." Suddenly, "Warriors, clink, 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 come out to play." Oh, hi. The woman on the radio. What a story, though. What a story. Cyrus. "I say we have power. Can you dig it?" Cyrus wants to get all the gangs of New York, rather to fight each other, join and become one mega gang. And he says, "There's more of us than police then. We can own New York." It's quite a wild idea. Can you dig it? What a performance by that fella. Because anyone else reading that script goes, "Can you dig it? Can you dig it?" But he's like weird. He's like a spirit. "Can you dig it?" And everyone's like, "Yeah." And then you see him passing that revolver around, don't you? And you think, "Oh, hang on a minute. What's going on here?" And he falls off that podium. And then that horrible little chinny, probably the ugliest man in the world ever. "It was him. I saw him. It was the warrior." He's like, "What? Bullshit, man. I didn't do nothing." And then, and then the Warriors, I might have to do a film review of this. It's a great movie. And then the Warriors basically have got to get home. They've got to get all the way back home without getting the shit kicked out of them. Baseball Furies. I knew they were fucking wimps. What a movie. What a movie. The ending ain't so great. I mean, Warriors, that's a good bit, but the old knife up the arm is a bit, riffs, yeah. It's so good, though. Marks out of 10. We dig TV, we dig remote control, we dig the Furry Freak Brothers and the Twilight Zone, we dig Marvel and DC, we dig Run DMC, we dig AC, DC, riffs, yeah, can you dig it? That weren't bad, was it, Mookie? You haven't listened to that song in like 30 years. That's right. They got to get back to Coney Island, those beautiful, all that old synthesized music with it. It's got echoes of Clockwork Orange about it, hasn't it? There you go. Well, that was a little interesting derive in Dolesville with two perpetually caned skunk growers whose rates of consumption leave them easy pickings. That was a review for my first novel that I know off by heart. Right, we're going to start today's show at 45 minutes in. I thought I had nothing to say, and actually, it turns out I've had nothing to say. What a 44 minutes! Sometimes I don't know what I do. I just sort of sit down, press start, and let the beast loose. Loose beast. Water is God, man. 130 on the firm. Nice to see you. If you're new here, I stream twice a day. No one's new here. Let's have it right. Yeah, without a doubt. It's a cracking movie. I'm going to do a review of The Warriors. Oh, yeah, because it's not like I've got anything else to do. Add that to the list, Dangerfield. It's like trying to get to Cannes, the Isle of Dogs. It's like trying to get to the Isle of Dogs from Notting Hill, John. Right. Right, where are we? Where are we? Hang on a minute. Historical Doppelganger says The Warriors is based on Xenophon's The Persian Exhibition. Is that actually a thing that's known in the movie world, or are you just suggesting that? As a serious question, because that's very interesting. I'll look into that. Nice one. They don't call him the historical doppelganger for niche. Right. Yes, Loki. A lot of people haven't got YouTube accounts, and if you haven't got a YouTube account, you can't do it. Oh, I know that. I know that. I know you, Cats Watch. So I'm guessing someone else said it. There's that lovely scene in The Warriors where they meet the crappiest gang ever. It's where he picks up that bird and he goes, "Yeah, we're the orphans." And the Warriors are like, "All right." And he gets a clipping from a local paper out. "Yeah, they write about us in the paper." And he's like, "No shit." And he's got that petrol bomb around his neck, the warrior, and he just slips it off and passes it over. And they're like, "So you can't come through here." And then that girl comes out and goes, "What? You're going to let these boys just walk through your territory like it ain't nothing? What kind of guys?" And the bloke goes, "Trouble." And no, the bloke, one of them says something like, "Look good, I wouldn't mind a piece of that ass." He goes, "I just see trouble." But there's that amazing moment where the bird, she's hot as hell, she hooks up with one of the warriors, and they get on the subway, they call it in America, I think. Gets the A train. And a couple of rich, sort of white, fluffy, suited, like posh types get on the train. And there's a lovely moment where no one says anything. And they look at them, and they look at them. And there's that beautiful class moment where nothing is said because there's a blatant privilege. It's a beautiful moment in the movie. No words needed, just a couple of strange looks. Like she's barefoot and she's got dirty legs. "Oh, I like a lady with dirty legs. Where you been? What swamp did you crawl out of?" Sorry, I just became a sexy pirate. There you go. That's it. You see tits, I see danger. Well done, Broken Silence. No, it's I'm gonna start it in about an hour. This is it's a preamble just to get you into the don't fuck with the wangs. So many wicked quotes, but that's from the Wanderers, isn't it? I think. Yeah, they're the Chinese gang or the Asian one. They get on the A train to a casino. Great call, IR. Okay, I don't know about that. Bullet. Have you? Ian says, "Have you heard Tranquility Bass? Let the freak flag fly." We have similar music tastes. Yeah, can't imagine why. Because we have similar substance issues. The first listen is taxing, but it grows and grows and grows. Oh, just two. Grows and grows. Amazing tunes. I've heard of the band, but I haven't heard them. I'll check it out. I will certainly check it out. Ping me an email in with a link if possible, and then I'll definitely check it out, because otherwise I'll probably forget. But do that. Thank you, Aramas. It needed saying. Right. The stream is now starting. Feel free to donate at your leisure. If this is such a grift. If anyone can let me know that Entropy is working, that'll be handy. You have to donate to check it, so it's a paid test for my benefit. Johnny Boy says, "Good vid, enjoying. Thanks as always, Danger Felt." It's always a pleasure, John. You're always here. You're almost like a totem of the glorious House of Scrubs. It would be a peculiar place without thee. Grego is accusing me of being a starter. Well, here we go. Street beefs. Today's toxic masculinity. It's about 5 minutes, but it's a cracking little tear up. Let's watch this. And this is when street beefs first started. It's a bit scrappy, but I might forward a few bits because there's a bit too much ground game, but it's a cracking little tear up. Let's go. Let me know you've got audio.
We got Mayhem, 0-1. And in this corner, we got fan favorite. You might have seen him on Hard to Hurt. Blackie Tan, 4-0. Good luck, fellas.
All right, gentlemen.
You heard correctly. One of the geezers is called Blackie Tan. Thank you on the audio check. That's right. His fighting name is Blackie Tan. Blackie Tan. Sorry, Blackie Chan. Blackie Chan, though. Here we go.
7 touch gloves. We went over the rules. You guys have any questions? All right, back. You ready? You're ready. Back to the corner.
It would appear that today's toxic masculinity might also be a bit of toxic race issues. There you go. We got there in the end. Apologies. Come on, I'm doing my freaking best. Oh, come on. Let's go, Blackie Chan, said someone. Now, to be honest with you, that's lovely. To be honest with you, trying to get a guillotine in that position is essentially a waste of energy because you just can't get the leverage. You're just going to knacker your left arm out. It's a silly place to try and get a guillotine. Jeff, did you see it? I put it on my Telegram. Did you see Gash? Gash was a transgender fighter. It was very weird. Here we go. An absolute waste of energy. Well, move it away from the ground game because not much happens. This seems like a fair play to start.
Watch the head. His left arm is tired. Watch the head.
Watch the back of the head. Watch the back of the head.
Hey, touch the ear. Touch the ear. Get up, man. Get up. Get up.
As I said to you all previously, I am absolutely in favour of street beefs. I'm absolutely in favour of backyard fighting. One of them's called Satan's Backyards. If people want to fight, if people have got a street beef, do it like this. Don't have 20 people jumping on one geezer. Don't do drive-bys. I'm not saying it stops those things happening, but this makes sense. And in every fight I've seen, they shake hands afterwards and it's all good. Oh, we might have to see that with audio. Well, it would appear we're having some buffer issues. Let's just see that again.
Who's going to be calling you soon?
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
No doubt about it. He done well to stand up, though.
There you go.
Get up, man. Get up.
Incredible fight.
There you go.
I mean, can we just for a moment compare these street beefs? And we've watched a few lately. Can we just compare these to the Travellers fights we've all seen? 3 hours in a car park throwing 4 punches. Oh, it ain't like that in the backyard, in Satan's backyard, is it? These are proper scraps. These are solid lads. Continue. Very well matched fight as well. They look about the same weight, about the same height.
Buddy, you gotta get that knee in between, man. Get your knee up.
1 minute.
Give me more kicks. Give me more kicks, Mayhem.
Boom!
What's that? Holy
Wow.
Get up. Hold him down. Don't let him take you down.
No, you're better off. You're a better fighter standing up. Get up. Wayne down there, wait on him. That was the risk he was taking. Now, I'm assuming there's a fair amount of people in the chat who've never had a fight or done any martial arts or something. This is the second round. They've been fighting for about 2 minutes. They are knackered. These aren't professional fighters who've been getting up in the morning and jogging for 5 miles a day. They are gassed. If pretty much any of us got in that ring now, totally fit, you'd probably win. They are knackered. If you're not a pro and you do 1 minute on a bag, your shoulders are just burning. These people are shattered, I promise you. Absolutely shattered at the moment.
20 seconds.
Hey, get out of there. Keep it standing. Keep it standing. There you go. Get the rib shot. What's the hands, my God? What's the hands?
And both of them just enjoying a rest as the round counts down. And now we enter the third round.
Third round, baby. Fighter ready. Let's go.
What's going to happen? Boom!
Keep it standing. Keep it standing.
Boom!
Underhook. Get up, man.
Boom!
Again.
Boom! Boom! He can see the finish line. Oh my God! It's all over. There you go. Whoa! And that was today's toxic masculinity. Boom! I am in. If you enjoy watching actual wicked fights, that Street Beef channel's awesome. There's loads. And what's amazing about there being loads, as someone said in the chat the other day, this is real life Fight Club. Yes, they're not going to go on and make soap and try and blow up the world, but these are young, frustrated, surplus to requirements men. They've been told that all their strengths, their aggression, their will to succeed, their desire to win. No. That's not part of today's society. Be female, be feminine, because no one wants that. What? How confusing. And for Street Beefs, and there's more than Street Beefs, there's about 30 of these channels, and they're not struggling for fighters. I watched one yesterday. This bloke come on, and they do a little interview before the fight, and he went, I'm just here. He went, I just thought I'd have a go of it. I haven't had a fight in a few years. Just wanting to fight because, well, guess what? Men have been fighting forever. It's only the last 30 years that suddenly it's this awful thing. Oh, lock them up. Oh, you can't do that. And this is amazing. There are people queuing up to get in there and have fights. It's just brilliant. It's just brilliant. And I see it as a scene of resistance. I absolutely do. Because this isn't what the left want. This isn't what utopianists want. Utopianists want the opposite of this. Utopianists want men to walk around looking like women. Literally looking like women. I've got nothing against men who are feminine. I haven't. And why would I? I've got better things to do. I've got nothing against transsexuals either. Fuck them. If that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. But some don't. Some men are very masculine and they need an outlet for that. And if you take that away from them, anything that you repress in a human gets worse. Anything you try and tuck away grows. And here's the problem. If you allow them to express it in a controlled manner, such as a tear up with 2 consenting adults, you get maybe a broken jaw, maybe a broken nose, maybe a concussion. Okay. But if you tuck it away, it's going to come out in an uncontrolled manner. It's going to come out in a restaurant. It might come out when they're a bit angry on the tube. It can come out anytime. Now, I'm not defending that kind of behavior, but that's what happens when you repress someone's natural instincts. And so I'm all for these things. I think they're incredible. And that was today's toxic masculinity. I need an ident. Toxic masculinity. So here's something very good. Your friend of mine, John Cleese, who's been very, very active, it would appear, in the cancel culture world, he has done something incredible. He's, what would you call it? Is it a double bluff? Who knows? Why don't I ask you to make up your mind? Because this is today's cancel culture double bluff section, starting in about 2 seconds from now. Go.
Monty Python is one of the greatest comedy teams since the war, but cancel culture has come for even them. I told you last week that one of the Pythons, Terry Gilliam, has now been banned from directing a musical in London after saying he was...
Terry Gilliam, the bloke who does the hilarious animations for Monty Python, if I remember rightly, he's been banned from directing a play in London, right? Because he said he was a black lesbian in transition. And he'd done that to protect himself. And it's quite cool because he's kind of done what John Cleese has done. He actually said, and I love it when people who've got these podiums, people who've got this scale of this size of audience, pull this bullshit because it exposes it for what it is. But he said he was a black lesbian in transition. Oh no, apparently he's not. Why not? Because what about that bloke who is a woman for 1 day a week? That was all right, wasn't it? Oh, you know that he's lying, do you? I didn't think it was about whether it was true or not. I thought it was about his feelings, but that only works some of the time. That seems fair. Do you know what that sounds like? Communism. We get there again. Isn't it amazing that all the contradictions in the modern world lead this is the juiciest irony steak of existence I've ever nibbled on. Every dialectic contradiction leads back to communism. Marx would be turning in his grave once that way and then once that way, and the dominant turn would have led forward to the a new turn. That's for the dialecticians in the chat. Yeah, carry on.
One of the Pythons, Terry Gilliam, has now been banned from directing a musical in London after saying he was actually a black lesbian in transition because he wanted to be blamed for stuff as a white man. And now John Cleese is in the trenches. He was meant to give a speech at Cambridge University, a student union, but he cancelled, saying that although he was looking forward to talking to the Cambridge Union, he had heard that someone there had been blacklisted for doing an impersonation of Hitler. And he said, I regret that I did the same on a Monty Python show, which I'll show you soon. So I am blacklisting myself before someone else does.
Sorry, that wasn't me having a piss. I was topping up with water. Maybe I was doing both at the same time. So how amazing is that? How amazing is that? So they were, John Cleese is coming. John Cleese is coming. And then he heard that someone had been banned, cancelled, or depersoned, unpersoned for doing an impression of Adolf Hitler. And so he said, I've done that though, so better not come. I'll cancel myself, save you the time. And imagine all that lot then going, yeah, but we wanted you here because you're John Cleese, and then that's them fucked. Oh, how unlucky for you! It's awesome what he's done. It's absolutely awesome, and we'll see more people doing this kind of thing. We'll definitely see more people doing this kind of thing. It's brilliant. 'Twas brillig. Continue.
And it is true that Cambridge Union did cancel an art critic who gave a presentation damning Adolf Hitler for banning what Hitler had called decadent art. And in his presentation, this art critic pretended to be Hitler, saying bad stuff, which at the time the Cambridge Union boss, president, you'll see him behind the speaker wearing a crown, seemed to think all this was fine.
Now, just a little aside, when I was lecturing psychoanalysis at art schools to degree students, right? And they all fancied themselves as leftists, liberals, communists, essentially, utopianists. Call them what they are, people, on your social media. When you talk about the Democrats, don't say Democrats, say communists or utopianists. Keep your meme guns clean, eh? So I said, I've gone in one day, 30 or so students there, and they're all sitting there. And I went, right. I said, okay. I said, I want to talk to you about art. I want to talk to you about art. And I want to talk to you about degenerate art. And I had my notes in front of me. And I talked to them all about it. I read from my notes and I give this presentation about degenerate art. And afterwards I said, right, take a break. Court will recess for 10 and we'll talk about it. And of course they all went along with it. They were telling me what they thought and how they agreed with it, and they could see the sort of sense of how it would give art a social function, and it would have more of a historical part to play in the episteme, no less. And of course, after we'd had an hour's discussion about how right I was, simply because I was the, I'll get rid of a bit of the yellow now because the sun's going down. After we'd had this hour-long discussion about what a great presentation I'd made, simply because there you go. Oh, that's a little bit much, maybe. That's acceptable. Simply because I was the tutor, they went along with it. And of course, after this massive discussion where they were like, yeah, I particularly like the bit where you said that certain art should be burnt in the should be left in the bin of history, blah, blah, blah. Then I said to them, well, here's your handout for the end of the lesson. I said, there's a copy of my presentation on there. I said, they weren't actually my words, but you'll see who that was. And of course, it was Adolf Hitler's speech on degenerate art that he gave at the opening of an exhibition of degenerate art in 1930s Germany. This is a thing that happened, that there was an exhibition of degenerate art. Hitler put up all the stuff that he hated, and he invited the German people to come and look at it and go, that's shit. And so all these liberal communist art students thought it was great until they found out who said it. People complained. Students complained. He tricked us. I had to go in. He tricked us. He made us think that they were his words, but it turned out to be Hitler. I said, I didn't trick you. I never started that speech and said, here's what I think. You went along with it. You all seem to be in favor of what I said. Little fuckers. Anyway, so this geezer has pulled the same trick basically, and you'll see him now doing his little impression.
This modern horrible art that was promoted by the Jews.
Thank you, Andrew, for what I must say is perhaps the longest Hitler impression this chamber has ever received. A remarkable accomplishment for tonight.
But then you know how it goes. Some students have said how offensive it is, this guy pretending to be Hitler, attacking Jews, saying bad things about Africans. And now that same student union boss is going to create a whole blacklist now of speakers never to be invited back, and he will share it with other student unions too. And said, Andrew, this art...
An actual blacklist. I mean, again, where were there university blacklists? Communism. It's incredible. Well done, Australia. When I was a student, we were radical free speech defenders. I was a Marxist, living Marxism. I was selling it on campus. And the first ever issue I was part of living Marxism selling was a free speech issue. We had the Hizb ut-Tahrir, a fundamentalist Islamic terrorist organization, essentially. We had them reinstated on university campus around the country because they'd been banned. And we were like, you can't ban them. Yeah, we want everything in the open. And it worked. And the Socialist Worker Party, the SWP, they're such opportunists. I always say that because someone else said it to me once. And I always say that because I feel I need to. They hated us. They hated us because the Hizb ut-Tahrir wanted to ban lesbians from campus. Their paper, which was just photocopied, lesbians are sick and disgusting. And the SWP is just a lesbian club. Now, I've got no problem with lesbians, but I do have a problem with censorship. Oh, those were the days. But now student unions are creating blacklists of speakers. Absolute insanity. Nice one, Jared. There's a hoit for that. Seeing if it changes my currency, if I change my VPN. Love to all scrubs. Hope you all have a wonderful day. That's how lovely of you, Jared. Well, that's come through as a good old English Lady Godiva. So you'll have to let me know whether that's helped your VPN, because I can't remember out what it previously comes through as. Interesting experiment nonetheless. 140 people watching. How amazing. We'll watch a little bit more of that, but you kind of get the idea. John Cleese has called their bluff, and it's beautiful.
Critic, he's going to be on that list. Now, John Cleese has said, well, put me on that list too, in protest. Because as he said, John Cleese has also pretended to be a Nazi in one of the most famous episodes of Fawlty Towers.
Who's this thing? Strike you, my I'm trying to cheer her up, you stupid kraut.
Joining me is Mark Latham, former federal.
We don't need to see Mark Latham. I know he's a good lad. The weird thing about that is it's a terrible impersonation of Dolph, but hilarious, absolutely hilarious. What a terrible shame that. Okay, Mick, I'll check entropy. No, nil, niche, nothing. I'll refresh it. Maybe it's my browser. Fucking hell, it's my computer. That's what it is. My computer keeps saying, "Yeah, I've just refreshed it, Mick, and I've seen it." There you go. There you go. Nice one, Mick. That's very kind of you. Let me just pull that up there, move that down there. Yes, Mick King says, don't fuck with the Wongs because you're fucking with the Wong ones. Nice one, Mick. Appreciate it is working. Thank you very much. And thanks for checking it as well, which is what I required. Yes, Hayden, it's hilarious. It's hilarious. And weirdly, comedy is very contextual, historically contextual as well. And for it to stand the test of time is a testament to the universal nature of it, you know. And I don't think the universal nature of comedy necessarily makes it better, but that aspect of Fawlty Towers is certainly a strength, that you can watch it 30, 40 years later and it still be funny. You know, it has a universality about it. Yeah, likewise, just seeing him there with that cloth on his head and you know what's coming. It's awesome. There you go. That's what he did. That's a good call, actually, Adoken. He absolutely put the two together. But yeah, brilliant. They want to throw their power around. Well, you'll see what happens when you're blasé, shall we say, with your power. Because John Cleese has just said, no, I'm not coming to your university. I don't know, maybe I can't even think of any comedians anymore because none of them are funny enough to select. But that's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Well done, John Cleese. We don't need to look at the time in the UK now. A little bit of salty cracker for you people. The best streamer on the internet, it would appear. I mean, I can't confirm this, but the cracker seems to be on it. Have a look at this. This is some kind of news. Listen.
United States.
You ain't black.
Oh no, my friends. Say it ain't so. Don't tell me that this is the end of the Heels of Harris, Joe Petto administration, the Unity and Healing pair, the most popular, most legitimate presidential pairing ticket of all times. Is this it? Is this how it ends? Not even a year into it, she's about to get fired? Oh shit, yeah, she's gonna get fired.
You heard that correctly. Apparently, Mrs. Biden hates Kamala Harris. I mean, in fairness, who doesn't? But it would appear they are going to get rid of her. I mean, so I mean, they could get rid of the entire administration at this point and no one would notice.
Everybody saw this coming. They can't hide this from our side. Jack Posobiec's been calling this the shade war for the last 10 months. Kamala Harris's camp hates
the shade war.
Joe Biden camp. Everybody could see this. Dr. Jill Biden, the esteemed, venerable Dr. Jill Biden, Esquire the 14th, she fucking hates Kamala Harris. Can't even hide it. She's telling everybody, no, there's only room for one set of knee pads in the Oval Office, my friends. And that's for Dr. Jill Biden. Anyway, take a look at this over here at Based Brick Soup. And this was all unfolding Sunday night. Lowell at press secretary tweeting this out at 9:20 p.m. on Sunday night in an effort to try and convince America that Kamala and Joe are still partners, that they're the bestest of friends, boys. They DMing each other every night. A lot of people DMing Kamala Harris, DMing DPing her. Anyway, Joe's the Titanic and Kamala wants off the ship. That's the reality. Well, I don't know the ins and outs of this, but clearly these two camps are infighting. And when CNN writes an article about this, again on a Sunday night, Jen Psaki awakes from her adrenochrome therapy and immediately starts frantically tweeting.
I'll put a link to that. Jen Psaki he's so good. Jen Psaki is awesome. I can't play much more of that because even the Cracker put that on Rumble because it goes far too dark and dirty. But there's the link after my show, please. Jen Psaki, the Joe Pedo administration. Every line's a winner. He's excellent. Thank the Lord. And I'll tell you what's amazing. So I think I mentioned it yesterday. I contacted him. He's not going to come on. He hasn't said as much, but he's got nothing to gain. This is his full-time job. And I tell you what, he is doing it right. He knows what is happening. His missus is involved, Mrs. Cracker, Mrs. Salty, sorry. And he does his YouTube stream. And then halfway through, once he's got his 30,000 people watching, he says, I'll see you over on Rumble. And then he goes to Rumble. Now, he loses a lot of people because that's just what happens. But he still ends up with 20-odd thousand on Rumble. And so when he does get removed from YouTube next week, he's already got it sorted. It's already all padded out. It's very clever. And this is what you do. You know, those who know how to adapt survive. And he's doing fantastic work. I've pushed this bloke to you almost every day for the last couple of weeks. If you don't watch Salty Cracker, you're really missing out. His live streams that are like hours long, I think he does 3 a week. They're brilliant. Some of the things he says are just hilarious. It's his full-time job, and all credit to him. But I have asked him if he'll come on. I lit like an absolute simp. I was like, maybe just for 10 minutes or something. Yeah, he gets about $20,000 in donations per stream. That's about 60,000 a week. He even tells them to stop. He says, stop sending money now. I've got enough. Yep, you can watch him on his actual website. It's a very professional website. And he used to be a leftist too, which is excellent. Oh, pleasure, Mark. An absolute pleasure. Yes, Planet X, I'm with you. Yep, he's brilliant. So I'm with you there. Yeah, he gets more views than CNN, as does Mark Dice. I can't believe how Mark Dice is surviving on YouTube. I mean, again, he also knows his time isn't long. Carlson, hoit to that. John Cleese is a national treasure, classic English comedian, loves his people, a small pocket of old-fashioned Britishness. Should be Sir Cleese. Would he accept that? I think he might already have a touch of the British Empire about him. I'm not sure, but who knows? Anyway, Great Head Oaken can't stand Mark. Are you sure? That's peculiar. It's fair enough though if it's not your cup of tea. But I think Mark Dice is incredible. Jeff checked him out. 10 out of 10. Yeah. He's great. Salty Cracker's brilliant. I mean, he's also Carlson. Thanks for that donation as well, mate. He's also done very well to create a community. He's done what we've done here, but with 50,000 people live. I mean, he's got a couple of thousand. He's got like I think over 1 million subscribers, but subscribers are largely symbolic. When Cenk Uygur, when the Young Turks live stream, the last live stream they had, I saw them. They had 1,900 people watching live. Half of them hate watching. Salty Cracker has 20,000 live. It's like, hang on, what's going on here? These numbers, there's something wrong with these numbers. Cracker's shadow banned. YouTube don't help him out. Young Turks, they're trending every day. Oh, of course they're trending. You sure they're trending? 1,500 live? I don't know about that. I really don't know about that. I'm just going to refresh my entropy just in case anything is coming in there. I thought I just saw something from Planet X. There you go, mate. Nice one for the grift. Appreciate. Nice one, Planet X. Tavern, new in these parts. Nice to see you. Welcome to the glorious House of Scrubs. Or maybe you've been lurking for a long time. Chunk yogurt. But thank you, Planet X. That's excellent. Yeah, it's really excellent. Jared says Devon Trace is the only one who watched the Young Turks anymore. Most people are hate watching, without a doubt. Yes, Dog Backwards. He's great. He's a much needed voice at the moment. And I'll tell you what he's also done. He's also brought me back to political solutions. And I'm glad about that. He's actually brought me back to some somewhat more realistic solutions to those I was considering last year, which, to be honest with you, I got so much grief and jip. And I suddenly thought, hang on a minute, I'm not sure these people are going to save the West after all. Ian says, in the absence of my friend Rags, hit the Rogan, folks. Helps with the algorithm. Yeah, absolutely does. Nice one, Ian. I appreciate your help. Yeah, Rags is, I'm sure he'll let you know in his own time what's happening, or maybe not. No, nowhere near, Ben. Nowhere near. Tavern says, I've been a subscriber for quite a while. I just never seem to catch your live streams. Well, lovely to have you, Tavern. A rare pleasure. Well, likewise. I mean, look, Tuesday morning, 148 people watching. Jay's over on Twitch. That's 149. Yes, they used his Fauci meme with the syringe fingers, didn't they? Right, moving on up. Nothing can stop us. Oh, I think it was a good idea to start the stream 40 minutes in with the toxic masculinity, because it's got me going all a little bit like that. Doc Shelley's on the firm. Nice to see you, Doc. Hope you're all right, son. John Palmer says those people will be commies or wife-beating fat drunks in the future. Those of us with a clue will still be fighting our fight to save the West. I tend to agree with you, John. I'm not too impressed with a lot of that old crowd. There's a few of them that I've got a lot of respect for, but most of them were just children. Jay's oh my God, what, including you or as well as you? Look after them for me, Jays. Hi, people on Twitch. There's loads of us on YouTube, but it's quite nice over there. You've got my boy Jays looking after you. Oh, he can dance a mean tango if you got your dancing shoes on, if you know what I mean. Right. Hello, Linda. How are you? Binder. Right. Speaking of Binder, what's going on here? Jack sent me this. I want to show you. So I used it as my entropy picture this morning. Jack sent me this. Jack London. This is from Urban Dictionary. It didn't take someone long, did it? Let's have a look what they've done. Urban Dictionary. Binger. Binger. Now, if you've had your head up your arse or have been living on Venus for the Venus rhymes with tennis. If you don't know what a binger is, if you don't know what a binger is, now's your time to find out. Oh, including you, Jay. So just the two of us, building castles in the sky, just the two of us. Jays and I. Keep them there, Jays. Don't let them go anywhere. Engage them. Tell them it's good. Make them know. Don't think it doesn't work. So, binger. This is what Urban Dictionary says a binger is. A binger is a soy-filled authority figure who abuses his position to Oh, sorry, people. It'd be better, more interesting if you could see it. A binger, like I said, from Urban Dictionary. A binger is a soy-filled authority figure who abuses his position to demonize others, especially people who can defend themselves, who are a reminder of the fact the binger cannot. A binger riles up against those he considers threatening to his position of power. Known for tight-fit skinny jeans, Star Wars lapel pins, and virginity, and is used in a sentence. It's used in a little conversation. Person 1, make sure your mask is covering your entire nose or you'll be charged with murder. Person 2, leave us alone, binger. There you go. That is the meme firing AR-15. Oh, it's brilliant. Binger. John says that as a fat ex-drunk. Well, are you none of those anymore or just one of them? Binger. Baz says there are still some on YouTube, which surprises me. Dr. Dutton, yeah. I think it's Professor Dutton now. He got his professorship, which is excellent news. But Professor Dutton, Mr. Reagan's a weird one as well. History debunks, clock is ticking. The Dutton gets his pass, I think, because he is a professor. That's not going to look good for YouTube because it's like a professor of the things he talks about has been banned. Oh, well, I thought you people believed in the university. I thought you people believed in academia. I thought you people believed in the communist boot camps. Whereas Mr. Reagan, I think he's treading a fine line. History debunked is over. He's over. It's just, I mean, they've already set the clock off. It's just tick, 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 tick. You know, it's all race. History debunked has thought, hang on a minute, I'll have a look at my analytics. When I talk about race, it would appear my numbers go through the roof. Well, okay, then I'll talk more about race. And while that makes sense in a fair and honest and true world, on YouTube, it's the kiss of death. I got rid of all my race videos. I just deleted the lot. I just thought it's either stand your ground and lose your channel or delete them. And in fairness, my old videos get about 3 views a month. So it was like, nah, I'd rather have my live streams, to be honest with you. This, you know, I'm standing my ground for nothing here. That would have been a Pyrrhic victory. They would have banned me and I'd have been like, yeah, but I stood my ground. No, I think I can do better work being here than not being here. Bloody hell, you lot are writing, ain't you? Planet X said, I called my mate a binger last night after watching your stream. Yeah, use it, people. Make it work on your Twitter, on your social media, on your Facebook. When people say things, anything commie or utopian or pro-Biden, just go, you fucking binger. You know, the mean magic can't do its stuff unless you use it. Jays, I'll use the special mod powers to this. Yeah. With great respect, Jays, with very little power comes very little responsibility. So, you know, go easy. Jack London, Urban Dictionary removed submission. They got rid of it. Urban Dictionary, the fucking bingers. That is, well, that's what I was just about to say, Chrissy. Oh, you can have Rittenhouse on there. Yeah, no problem. But they got rid of Binger. Wow. Jack, nice one on the donation, mate. And thanks for the links this morning. I really needed them. You and Rags got me out of a pickle. That's shocking. People, let them know. Email Urban Dictionary and say, you fucking... Hey, email Urban Dictionary and say, what a bunch of bingers you are. I urge you. I will do it, and I will take a screen grab and I will send it. Send right to Urban Dictionary and say, you lot are just bingers now. You used to be quite fun and edgy, but you've just binged out. That's ridiculous. Well, turned out they're wokeists. Turned out they're communists. That's nuts. Colt Python says, your video about knife crime with a Carla was great. Yeah, I remember the one you were saying. I think he had, wasn't it on This Morning or Good Morning Britain or something? But, you know, you can't say that stuff anymore. It's that simple. Simper? Jump Kick Man. What did Binger say about him? The man, he said something like, the man who jumped over Kyle. What? He may well have jumped over him, but he did kick him in the head en route. What a binger. I'm like, hello, Megan Jazz. How are you? Nice to see you here. Don't know who you are, but you're welcome here. I stream twice a day. Do you know what Substack is? Link in the description. Shilling my... Substack is becoming very bingerish. Yes, Dillage. Urban bingers. Call them it, people. Let them know what they are. Jack's well been binged out. Meg and Jazz says, I me buff bingers. Right, good Lord. No, it's lovely to have you here. Twice a day. Do you know what Substack is? Link in the description. He gave Rittenhouse a gentle head massage with his foot. Concerned the double skateboard pounding might have affected Rittenhouse. Jump Kick Man, Jump Kick Man, whose mouth and ears happened to be on his foot, went in close and said, "Are you okay?" Hello, Rags. Rags is here. Rags is on the firm. He's on the firm. Jack London said Salty made them cry with memes and then meme about them crying. Yeah, you can't beat the Salty because the salt must flow. Will do, Rags. I'm on it now. All right, and here come the work messages. Hang on a minute. 1 second. Let me just explain. 1 second. Give me 20. Okay, right. So okay. I've got to wrap this up soon, people. I ain't got a many. It'll be about another 20 minutes, to be honest with you. Good Lord, you people are absolutely chatting. Diva Fever. If we're pro First and Second Amendment around here, why is Bikini Bandit and Survivor still muted? Is it because they is white? I don't know, Bikini. I don't know. I've never heard of Bikini Bandit and Survivor at all. I think maybe you're in the wrong channel. Most delightful, but yeah, I'll have a look. Who are they? Bikini Bandit and Survivor. I don't know. Everyone's welcome a second chance. I'll have a look later. If they're banned, I've never heard of them. I will unban them and they can come back. And if they fuck up again, I will ban them again. Emma said, you keep making me do little snort laughs. We used to call it cocaine in my time. While I'm lurking at work, working and lurking, jerking and birking, binger and a banging, singer and a clanging. Emma G's got energy. Emma G's got energy. That's what happens when you don't get a lot of sleep. Jeff says, Do lawyers have legal privilege against defamation? No, I think that if Rittenhouse gets off, he can sue Binger for his poxy $44 suit. Get that whistle off your back. Hello, Sal. Well, I can't see him getting too much work. Not that he's not necessarily a good lawyer. I mean, with what he had to work with, he actually has, you know, he actually put quite a good case together. I mean, I know people don't want to hear that, but with what shouldn't have even gone to court, it's in the balance. It's just he's dislikable, and you know, dislikable people, by definition, are dislikable. So why would you hire him? Why? I mean, he's not a defense. Notice he's not a defense lawyer or attorney, because no. If imagine you're looking at a 5 stretch or something, and Binger walks in to defend you. You're like, hang on a minute. What, this thing here? I've got a meme ready to make, but it needs Rittenhouse to work. I took a few screen grabs of different expressions of Binger. But I need Rittenhouse to walk before I can make the meme. So that's what I'm gunning for. Gunning? Steady on. Easy, Susan. I can't remember what the fuck I was talking about, but it never really matters, does it? So many people here. Lovely to see you. Right. Yes, that was incredible, Baz. He didn't look comfortable with that gun, though, did he? He's not a patriot. I don't think so. Old Binger. He'll be doing talks at universities. They'll be begging him to come. And he'll be licking the spunk off the hall corridors floor. Hall corridors floor. Right. Prepare to be very much annoyed. Welcome to England, people. And this is just, well, this is why Labour will never sit in Parliament as the majority again. This is real. Check it. Let me know you've got audio, but check it.
Hospital yesterday morning. I mean, absolutely.
Sorry, people. Let me just give you a little bit of background. So this is about the bomb that didn't go off. From what I can gather, the accelerant or the precursor explosion, the detonator went off, and the cabbie drove the car to an hospital rather than the church or cathedral that the enriched person, the enrichment man, actually wanted to go to. And then I saw this and went, are you fucking joking? Check it.
Shocking that would happen anywhere, but particularly outside a women's and maternity hospital. Obviously, we pay our respects and send our condolences to the family of the man who lost his life. And I obviously want to thank the
So Labour frontbencher Jonathan Ashworth, the first thing he said is condolences to the family of the terrorist. Labour. That's Labour for you people. That's where their priorities lie. That's what he said when he was asked onto Sky News to talk about a bombing in our country. Condolences go out to the terrorist's family. What a absolute, he beat me to it. So many people beat me to it. I mean, listen, sorry, my tongue's all binged up on the back of that binger. Everyone just going for it for the lols. It's incredible. Oh, no, don't say that, Ben. Good Lord. Luckily, well, not luckily, but thankfully, perhaps, I haven't got a lot of crypto, but I've now got 10% less. So what an absolute binger. I wonder if it's got anything to do with the communist takeover of America. It is absolutely binger-tooless. I didn't know how to say it. Sorry, Hadoken. Yeah, there you go. I mean, you know, they need that vote, don't they? They need the immigrant vote. That's why they say all that. So let's work messages coming in like a beagle. Oh, God. Hang on. Give me 20 minutes on. Literally, someone just said, I know you're streaming, but can you tell me what blah, blah, blah? It's not really. I really should be working, people. So, Esther Ransom, we all remember her from That's Life. That wasn't the music. Oh, that's the song. All the people say. But That's Life was a sort of fun Sunday evening BBC programme for all the family, and they'd save dying kids who always ended up dying, though, in the end, which was a terrible shame. And they'd do funny things, and it was all very nice. But she's turned into, how could I say, an absolute binger. Here she is on Super J TV's channel. Well, I'll leave it to you to see what she's got to say. Give it time, people, but it gets there, and it's disgusting. But there is a little a cameo by a Scrubs favourite, so look out for her as well. Here we go. Speak, J. Scott. Boing.
So we've talked about Esther Ransom before on this channel, and here she is getting rolled out again on the GB News programme with Dan Wootton, The Clash.
Let me bring in two TV titans on opposite sides of this debate, here to battle it out. Delighted.
Remember that definition, two TV titans.
To welcome back Dame Esther Ransom, who says we shouldn't have any reservations about booster jabs.
So he promises two TV titans to talk about this really important subject, the vaccine booster. So who's going to be alongside Esther Ransom? Nigel Farage? George Galloway?
Jabs and Cheryl Baker, who believe...
That's right, Scrubs' favourite, Cheryl Baker. Now, I mean... Jay Scott makes a fair point that she's not really a political beast, is she, Cheryl Baker? But for those of you who don't know, we've looked at Cheryl's legs on this channel many times and thoroughly enjoyed them. So although I get his point, I mean, easy on the Baker. Tavern! Be awfully rude and pretty bingerish not to throw a Lady Godiva in the act. Hopefully I'll catch more live streams in the foreseeable future. Well, Tavern, I do 2 a day. I am trying to move the times around a little bit so that people who can't usually catch them can catch them. But lovely to see you, and it would be pretty bingerish not to donate. But you are exempt from the class of Bing. Much appreciati on that note as well. Oh, no, that's gone into my... entropy nicely, so the entropy is working too. Thank you, Tavern. That's very kind. Fucks biz. Anyway, here we go. Let's have a look. Boing. Cheryl. Hello, darling.
Believes firmly that freedom should never be conditional.
No, it's none of those people. It's Cheryl Baker from the pop group Bucks Fizz.
Oh.
I'm so glad Bucks Fizz are around when things get
No one will change my mind about you, Cheryl. No one.
heated. But anyway, we spoke about Esther Ransom on our channel a while ago. Do you remember? She bowled onto Good Morning Britain.
Keep the licence fee, please, because people watch by accident and find something of real value.
Yes, she said, keep the licence fee because you may come across something by accident.
People watch by accident. This is someone actually defending the BBC. No, keep the dumb tax because people watch by accident. Yeah. Do you know about the internet? There's another thing out now. Esther. Accident. Harridan.
Every night, I now go to bed with a most amazing comedian called Mark Steele, who I discovered by accident.
Mark Steele is an absolutely disgusting leftist. Honestly, I've met him a couple of times at the Edinburgh Festival, where it's the 3 weeks of the year where he thinks he's a celebrity, and he lords it up walking around the Edinburgh Festival, and everyone's like, oh, I remember you. You're like that second-rate Ben Elton impersonator from the mid-'80s who still gets on stage and says, taxes, taxes, who's not going to pay their taxes? Boris Johnson, Nigel Farage, fascist Nazis, a lot of them. Ha, ha, ha. Yeah, it's really, you fucking binger.
She then pushes the comedy of this dude who's more left-wing than Jeremy Corbyn. but that was nothing compared to what she'd say after.
If this planet survives, if,
Yeah, that's a big if.
it will be due to two words: David Attenborough.
I've just got to stop it, although she's saying that David Attenborough is the saviour of the planet, but playing Talking Heads in the background is going to get my show blocked. So I've got to talk for about, I don't know, 15 seconds. Binger. No, Ludwig, he's an antiquated leftist bullshit fountain, and he's totally unrequired. Mark Steele, you are obsolete. That's why they have to say who you are every time your picture comes up. I think that should do. Let's get back to Esther, who is actually thanking David Attenborough for saving the planet. You know, the planet that's not dying. Let me just tell you where I stand on climate change. You don't need telling this, but guess what? The climate has always changed. Remember the Ice Age? Heard of that? Remember the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs? The planet changes. And this whole, we are raping the earth, we are stealing resources. Yeah, you have to do that when you need things. I mean, where do you stop? Don't take that apple off a tree, you bastard climate denier, because that apple is part of Mother. You are literally pinching the nipple of Mother Earth. You're shitting in the anus of Mother Earth every time you have a plop. It's ridiculous. That's what you have to do with your environment. You have to take resources from it. Do I believe in sustainable resources? Obviously. But the whole rape the planet is ridiculous. If you don't take from the planet, guess what? You end up looking like Esther Ransom. That's right, like a corpse. I'll take it back a bit so you can actually hear her. You can actually, it's not even a joke. She says that David Attenborough has saved the planet. You know, the man who spends a fortune of taxpayers' money and has a carbon footprint the size of a gargantuanosaurus, spending 9 months to get 2 photos of a penguin fucking its sister. Yeah, he saved the planet.
Big if.
It will be due to two words: David Attenborough.
Esther Ransom there, talking in a language we now know as bollocks.
Binger.
And this latest appearance on GB News demonstrates what a psychopath she really is.
Yeah, we haven't actually got to the reason I'm showing you this clip yet. You're going to be repulsed but not surprised. Yes, I are. Yep. He's quite happy to let people die. As long as it's not his family, of course, because that's how leftist utopianist bingers work.
If we oldies are prepared to say, okay, if I get COVID...
Do not put Cheryl Baker in the group of oldies. She's the ultimate MILF and every bloke would tap. You, on the other hand, would make that unfeasible.
I won't take any resources of the NHS. I shall stay at home and fall off my perch here. Then, okay, you have the right to say you refuse all medical help, be it a vaccine or be it the ICU.
But that's not the sort of society we want.
If you expect nurses and doctors to look after you, you must protect them, and you must make sure they can prioritize people.
So you would want...
So here is the summary by the presenter, and listen to what she actually says. This is shocking. This is awful. And you're absolutely right, Jeff. It all goes back to communism. This is all out of the communist playbook. Listen to what she actually says here.
And you must make sure they can prioritize people.
So you would want to ban the unjabbed from being able to access health services?
No, I'm saying you've got to make that decision yourself. It's your choice. If you decide that...
It's your Hobson's choice. Yeah. The funny thing about communist choices are it's your choice if you have it. I mean, you won't be able to eat, go out, or do anything, but it's your choice. Oh, it's one of those choices, is it? You hold a gun to my head and you say, shoot me or I kill myself. What one's it going to be?
That you don't want a vaccine or a booster, then you can decide not to go to hospital however ill you get. And that is your right.
So you would leave the unjabbed at home to die if they had a heart attack, if they suffered from a stroke?
That's their choice.
And that's
there you go. There you go. That's your choice. Yes, Dillich, because when he summarized it thus, she suddenly realized what a wicked bitch she was. Absolutely mind-blowing. Bingers with attitude. I mean, terrifying. And how many more of these people are there? Shocking, shocking, shocking. Okay, I've got a minute and 20 minutes. I've got a minute and 24 seconds, a little clip for you here. It's worth checking out, though. It's Glenn Grotham, the Republican for Wisconsin. Check out what he had to say. It's quite interesting. It's about the Build Back Better. And if you don't know, there are loads of rhino Republicans absolutely supporting this shit. You know why? Because they don't care about America. They're now just wanting to keep their jobs. It's shocking. They need to be these people need to just be picked up and shoveled into the garden. Let's see what he says, though. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. This is about the Build Back Better. And listen to what he says.
Johnson seek recognition.
I'd like unanimous. I make unanimous request to speak for 1 minute.
Without objection, the gentleman is recognized for 1 minute.
The purpose of this speech is to encourage America to wake up before the Build Back Better Act passes here. There are so many crises going on in this country. I still believe the number one is the 100,000 people a month flooding the border. But these two actions of the Biden administration...
It's an incredible point. While we're fucking about with this $4.5 trillion bill, which was something like $10 billion a page or something, he did just mention, just point out in passing that there's millions of people flooding in the country in the open southern border. Porous is an understatement. It's a lovely little dig there.
The 100,000 people a month flooding the border. But these two actions of the Biden administration intersect, and I encourage America to pay attention. First of all, in the Build Back Better Act, we are providing amnesty to at least 7 million illegal aliens. To give that much amnesty not only is an outrage in its own right, but is encouraging more and more people to come here. The next thing that's being done is that
which of course is what the communists want, because they want to turn the United States of America into South America. They want it to look like Uruguay, Paraguay, Chile, Bolivia, dare I say it, Venezuela. That's what they want. That's what this is all about. It's going to be, as Ann Coulter said, as I say every fucking day, they want it to be a third world hellhole. They'll be all right, though, with their gated houses and their multi-millions. They'll be able to fuck off and live on their private Epstein Islands. But for the rest of America, unlucky. Sorry, it's open and it's you're welcome. Here's £500,000 for Trump daring to call you illegal.
We are guaranteeing that certain bad actors will not be removed from the country. This bill provides parole for some felons, sex offenders, people members of gangs. This will be a further problem. And finally, perhaps most absurd of all, under this bill, we're giving free Pell Grants, that is to say, free college for people who are coming here illegally. The American citizen, the American taxpayer, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 in debt to go to college, but people coming here illegally, free college. In any event, wake up, America. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Wake up, America. That somnambulism you're in by 24/7 mainstream media is absolutely destroying you. I know I'm rushing through these a bit, people, but I've got to get to work. This is incredible. It's from Memology. The denouement isn't his best, but it's about Binger. I mean, we've got to end on a Bing slap. You're still free to donate to this channel should you wish to. The grift has been fair to middling. This is quite a nice little thing. It's called Carl Rittenhouse Prosecution. Binger can't stop talking lies. Check it.
Brought a gun. He brought his AR-15. That's why he's got to come up with this cockamamie theory that Joseph Rosenbaum was not only going to take the gun, but take it and then turn it on the defendant. And the defendant actually told you that he thought Joseph Rosenbaum was going to take that gun and not only kill him, but kill other people, which is really ironic considering the defendant is the one who killed people in this case and the only one. But putting that aside, they have to convince you that Joseph Rosenbaum was going to take that gun and use it on the defendant because they know you can't claim self-defense against an unarmed man like that.
Remember that. He just said you cannot claim self-defense against an unarmed man, right? Remember that. There's more.
You lose the right to self-defense when you're the one who brought the gun.
Right. That's all you need to see, because the next bit is that's absolute bullshit. Do you know that more people are killed in America by people without guns than people with guns? You do not lose your right to self-defense with a weapon if the other person hasn't got a gun. You do not lose your right to self-defense in America if you have the gun. If that was the case, why have a gun? Why have a concealed carry? Why have any carry? Because if you've got a gun and someone comes up to you and starts throttling you or smashing your head against a wall and you shoot them before they kill you, oh no. According to Binger, who's in court saying this, no, because you've got a gun, you lose your right to self-defense. That's a lie. That's an absolute lie. That doesn't even exist in law. It doesn't say anything about that in law. You don't lose your right to self-defense just because you've got a gun. The reason you've got a gun, guess what? It's for self-defense. It's just an out-and-out lie. And what really fucks me off, and this is why after all the Binger jokes, this man is lying to a jury in court to put an innocent kid in prison for 20 odd years. What, and I rarely use this word, and I save it for moments which require such gravitas. What a shit cunt. Lying about law to a jury. You do not lose your right to self-defense if you're armed. That is out and out bullshit. Nice one, Tavern. Saul Omarova is Biden's choice of controller of the currency. She's a Marxist. Yeah, we covered it a couple of weeks ago. I had a little meme on it. Yeah. I mean, it's perfect for them. They're communists, Tavern. The wankers formerly known as Democrats is a communist administration. They proved it. And if you need to measure the extent of their communism, look at the state of the USA in 9 months. I mean, this has happened everywhere else where the glorious communist ideas have been implemented. People go hungry. The prices go through the roof. Inflation goes through the roof. They are not energy independent anymore. They are now weak. If the neo-Soviet Union and China wish to attack other countries, I don't know. Let me just grab one out the air. Taiwan from China, Ukraine from America. What are America going to do? America are now reliant on OPEC. What are Europe going to do? They're now reliant on Putin. What a fucking mess. And this is what happens every time you have a communist government. And now they've got a Marxist as controller of the economy. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. Put shivers up the spindle. Right, people, I've got a glorious amount of work to do today, but don't worry, I am a working machine. Listen, before I shoot, if you like reading stories, I am a writer, perchance a quill and some ink, and I have a Substack, link in the description. There's 12 short stories already in the archive, and I will be putting a new one, maybe 2 out, depends how long they are, every month. I'll never monetize it. If you go down there, you can read the ones in the archive. If you put your email in, any new ones get emailed to you. Do that. Help me out. do us a favor, subscribe to my Substack. I will never monetize it. So, and also the stories are getting amazing reviews, and I've got nearly 2,000 subscribers. So I'm doing something right. So if reading about the grotty underbelly of human filth and failure is your thing, then I'm your man. Get on my Substack. Thank you to Rags and Moslab, who look after the place. Thank you to everyone who donated. Thank you to the incredible engagement with the chat today. You people are on fire. I stream twice a day, about 9:30, 10 UK time in the morning, and about 3:30, 4-ish in the afternoon UK time. I'll see you all later. If there's more live coverage of the trial later, if I'm still alive and I've got an oomph of energy left, I will stream it live. So look out for that. My Telegram link's in the description as well if you want to be notified of when I'm streaming or when I release a new video. Look after yourself, people. I'm about to flop dead on the floor. Ta-da! Nice one, Alokan.
Everyone knows I'm gonna be the first man down. All my friends are sick of having me around. Nobody wants to give a buddy one last break. Can't go on, I've taken all a man can take. Life is a curse, it only gets worse, and the world don't watch you drown. Maybe my mind will fail to ever find the point. I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna make my grave underneath the wave. I'm going deep, deep
Hello,
down
Moslab.
underwater. Gonna lay my head on the riverbed. Looking back, I rejected every place I stayed. A woman says I'm lying in the bed I made.
With class and decorum,
Warriors don't give up before the war begins. So I get high to justify the mess I'm in. People get mad and people get sad, but at least they have a cause. I struggle to feel emotion I could really trust. I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna make my grave underneath the wave. I'm going deep, deep down.
Nice one, Tavern.
Gonna lay my head on the river.
Yep, I'm on it. I've got about 20 messages and about 50 emails. Nice one, Jays, for keeping an eye on Twitch. Hope you won't work too much. And you in.
I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna make my grave underneath the wave. I'm going deep.
Alan Bastard MP, you here?
Gonna lay my head
Are you about, Alan?
on the riverbed. I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna make my grave underneath the wave. I'm going deep, deep down.
We'll have to see if we can come up with rhyming slang for Binger. Protect us from the Reds. It's been an absolute pleasure, people. Don't forget to tell the people you love that you love them, because we forget to and they need to hear it. I will see you later.